My name is Glinda Harris, and I am a transformational speaker. I am the pastor of Kingdom Ministries organization. My purpose is to uplift, to produce spiritual and personal growth that is in alignment with who God is and who He created me to be. And I would like to take you on a journey today. If you can imagine the red dirt, clay roads of the Deep South, the year 1949, a male child was born. He was born to two loving parents. His parents, a product of their circumstance, was born and lived in severe poverty, working in the cotton fields of Alabama, day after day, just to make ends meet, and many times could not. His parents dying at an early age, I'm sure due to the life that they had been subjected to and the toil that they had been subjected to day after day, year after year. This male child, leaving him along with his 12 siblings. He was about the age of 11 at the time, leaving them to fend for themselves. This 11-year-old male child having to make the decision at such an early age that he would have to discontinue his education so that he would be able to find work so that he can help take care of himself and his siblings. So he stopped school and he found himself working in the cotton fields of Alabama underneath the sweltering sun day after day. But he was strong and he was determined and he worked really hard. He taught himself how to work on cars. And so he became the local mechanic. And after a few years, he moved to Chicago, Illinois, where he began his family. He found a job as a butcher, and along with his mechanical skills, he was able to raise 4 beautiful children, if I may say so myself. In his 40s, after his children became adults, he confided in one of his daughters, and he told his daughter, "I cannot read." And it was his life's desire at that time to learn how to read. And he asked his daughter, unbeknownst to her, because she never knew that he did not know how to read, to help him learn how to read. And he would come to his daughter's house day after day, and she would teach him how to read. He joined a literacy program at the local college. He enlisted the help of one of his siblings, who also helped him on his journey to learn how to read. And he was strong, and he was determined, and he worked hard, and he learned how to read. But that isn't the end of his story. A few years later, at about the age of 54, he felt in his spirit that he had not completed his life work, that he had not completed his journey, and that he had more to do in this world. So at the age of 54, when people didn't believe in him, when people thought he was uneducated, when people thought he was uneducated, when people thought that he could not do it, at the age of 54, he started his own ministry, a ministry that fed the hungry, a ministry that clothed the naked, a ministry that loved those that thought they could not be loved. He started his own ministry, Anointed by Christ Apostolic Church. And he was the founder and pastor, Pastor Willie Harris, who is also my father. And he was the pastor of that church until the Lord took him home to be with him, November the 14th, 2020. There was a few things that my father taught me. One of those things was that hard work works, that if you work hard and not give up, you can accomplish your dreams. He taught me that determination works, that if you are persevere and you blot out the noise in the background, the naysayers, the people that say you can't, that you can. He taught me that we are the writer, the producer, the director, and the actor of our own life. And that anytime we do not like the story that we have written, directed, produced, and acted out, that we have the ability to change that story. So in my life, when I became about the age of 25, and I was so unhappy with the direction of my life. I was so unhappy with some choices that I had made in my life. I thought that I had failed. I thought that I could not recover. I thought that I could not come back. I was pregnant. I was a single mother. I had not finished my education. I was doing a lot of things that were not in alignment with who I was and who I was called to be. But God reminded me. He said, you are the writer, the producer, the director, and the actress in your life story. And anytime that you do not like what you have written and produced, directed and acted out, you have the ability to change it. So because I was strong and I was determined and I worked really hard, I did. And I changed some things. I went to school. I got a great career, became a nurse, registered nurse, worked really hard, was making 6 figures a year. And then, boom, in my 40s, I realized that out of all of the things that I had done, I still had not fulfilled my life purpose, that I still had more to do, that I still was not walking in who God had created me to be. And all the voices, they filled my head. And they told me, you're too old. You might as well not waste your time. But God reminded me again of that male child who was born in 1949, poverty stricken, at the age of 11, being on his own and having to stop his education to help take care of himself and his siblings, who came to Chicago, Illinois, and who took care of 4 children and raised them to be productive adults. That same male child who did not know how to read, and at the age of 40, he decided, I want to learn how to read. And he did. That same male child who was in his 50s, who decided, I have not completed my journey. I have more to do. And he did it. And he told me, God did. So can you, because you are the writer, the producer, the director, and the actor of your own life story. And so today, I am here on Herstory Summit to tell my story. And I want you all to know that you also are the writer, the producer, director, and actor of your own life. And at any time you don't like the story that you have written, directed, produced, and acted out, you can also change it.